You didn't step up. I couldn't find you. So I'm going to make these two people proud. I could care less about what you think. If you had any common sense, you would understand that he's a leader in the household of faith. And you will get, I'm telling you, get brownie point and bonus point by from Jesus from making your pastors happy. I'm bugging when I say brownie, but you must understand the book of Romans says, right, behold how beautiful is for the feet. Behold how beautiful are the feet of those that carry the word, right? So if their feet are beautiful, why aren't you kneeling at them? Instead, they find themselves, because you're so dirty, they find themselves washing your feet over and over again because you refuse to clean your feet, put on clean socks, put on your peace shoes. You go outside and you play around with the bucket and mire and you're talking to everybody that's not peaceful. They dirty up your feet. Then you come to the house of faith. They got to get down and wash your feet before they can even minister to you, because what happens when your feet are keeping you from hearing when David Lewis sings? Your feet are keeping you from hearing when Jared Chase sings. Your feet are keeping you from hearing when Taylor lifts him up. Your feet are keeping you from hearing when Pastor Tim Harvey preaches that word. I got on him yesterday because I was like, you did that thing, because he didn't realize that he hit all the topics that Pastor David has been hitting in the last two sermons that he did. Your feet are keeping you from hearing my pastor when he speaks. That's my pastor. I take ownership of him. I don't own him, but I take ownership of him. Anybody got a problem with him? Come see me. Matter of fact, come see me and come see my prayer life. That's what I mean. As I'm praying for him. And better yet, y'all know me. Come on, I'm all Peter-ific about this thing. Come see me. That's just being honest. I stick up for those that matter to me. You don't need me to fight for him, but I will. You don't know it. I have. You don't know it. I'm learning to use my words. Use your words, baby. Use your words. Okay. I was fighting for him with a cast on. Use your words. Okay, Jesus, but if I use my words, can I say I'm going to punch you in the face? Is that using my words properly? so dumb, JB. Don't be mad at me. I'm growing. He told me be honest. So I'm being honest. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. I said I got my father, and I'm working on my relationship with him. We were talking all night about Pastor David, about the situation, about me being disciple, right? And of course it wasn't just him, it was the three. Me and the three. We were talking all night long. We had a conversation. And then I fell asleep because, I fell asleep. So anyway, we're talking about them, and I could bless them. I could be a blessing in the household of faith. Because check this out. I cared about how they are one. I can't bless him and not bless her. So when I gave her that Mother's Day present, I knew it would touch him. I'm not going to give her anything that won't touch him. And I'm going to give him anything that won't touch her. They sat together at church yesterday. They were so cute. I almost said they were so adorable. They sat together. I was so happy. I don't know why I'm making so happy. It's like when I see Pastor Tim and Miss Karen sitting together. It's like, Jamie, they do that every Sunday. I know, but I still want to see it. I want to see it a lot. I want to see Tim and Victoria. It matters. When I see you by yourself, you look like 50% or 50 cents. No, okay. You look like $50. You look like 2 pennies and a quarter, a nickel, and a dime. You look like your value drops when I don't see him with you, Miss Katie. Where is Pastor Trent? You look like me. I feel like my value drops every day, daily, right? Because I'm motherless, fatherless. But check this out. Hallelujah. I'm just waiting for God to fill the spot. I'm praying. My God, help me. I'm about to keep praying. God, help me to stay on my knees. Because obviously you lost something. Every time something happens, you don't realize, but you lose something. And it's easy and a valuable way to learn and get back to where you were. But it's also an easy, right, and a valuable way to approach the fact that you have lost something. Some people, you know how you dumb people don't care about you? It's easy because when you lose what's valuable, right, to your relationship, right, they won't fight for it. And I thank God for a pastor, right? It was hard, but he stayed there and he stayed there and he said, "Come on, Jamie, get up. Come on, Jamie." And then, come on. It's almost like a coach, right? But also, that opponent, and he wasn't coming at me, but he was a coach, and also the opponent that says, "Come on, Jamie, get up." He's sparring with me. "Come on, Jamie, get up. Stay in the ring. Fight the good fight of faith. Keep fighting. You can do this." So I dropped down, right? I felt the tears coming to my eyes. So I dropped down real fast. You couldn't see it. I wiped my eyes, right? And I jumped back up, and I hope you didn't see it. But praise be to God. I stayed through the whole thing. I didn't run out the door again. I stayed there, right? Hallelujah. That's when you care about relationship. That's when relationship matters. When instead of taking an easy way out, well, I'm just going to give up on everything. I'm just going to walk away. Then walk on down the street. Walk like an Egyptian if you want to. Walk like an Egyptian. Go on ahead about yourself. Hallelujah. I like the way your back looks better than your front anyway. Hallelujah. Sometimes you may not like the way someone's back looks, but the look of their back is better than the look of their front for you. Sylvia told me after Sylvia talked today, but Jimmy, with all these things going on in your body, I'm going to take you to a hospital. I'm going to leave you over in the area with the senior citizens. They have a hospice station, and so that they keep you there and you die. Now, I understand tough love. I do. I understand. I really don't get tough love. I don't really understand it. But I understand you trying to tough love, right? I understand that. Because I don't know what tough love is. And I don't want to, I just don't want to know. I don't, right? But because that was tough loving, right? And tough love is that I don't want to know about it, right? I don't want to know anything about it. Because if you tell me I'm going to die, where's the love in that? If you give me a consequence, there needs to be an exchange and interaction afterwards so we could talk, right? So we can come together and understand, right? Even when I don't want to talk, make me stay there and listen. Or make me sit there and talk. Make me sit there and conversate. That's why I value my pastor. He is a good shepherd. He's a good, right? He's a good. He took the place of that man, right? He's good at it, right? Why? Because he did not let me run out the door. He made me stay there, and I thank God for it because I got better as a result of it. Now I can walk in this world, right? Just a little bit better. My shoulders back a little bit better, right? After we talked, it got better. After we talked, are the consequences still true? Yes. But after we talked, it got better. What happens when you tell me the consequences of death? Well, 1 John 10:9-10 says, "I have come that you may have life, and the life more abundantly." So your consequences for me is death. You don't love me. When you say you love me, I'm not listening. Right? Because I've been beat, I've been scourged, right? And I'm still waiting. Could it be that when they had the roses to pass them around? Hallelujah. I was already wearing my cross and I did not know it. Because the other girls had parents there that were there for them. The only one that didn't was Natalie. Natalie had her aunts there. Her mother did not come. But her aunt, she had her 3 aunts there in church, right? And her one aunt ran the purity group. So Natalie had somebody that was there to speak for her. I had nobody there to speak for me. So I understood now. Jesus was showing me then, you are like a rose. Can't stand the song. Trample on the ground. He took the fall though. He took the fall. This song makes me want to punch somebody in the face. And when I first heard it, everybody's crying in church. Beautiful song. I was like, I'm going to punch somebody in the face. And then it makes me angry. And thought of me. Why? Because I'm belligerent. And the only person I know that has cared about me up until that point, I'm young now. So the only person I know about that's cared about me up until that point, you caused the fall. He took your fall. Better yet, he took our fall. Yeah, God, but and he still thought of me. When nobody was thinking about me. When nobody wants me. Nobody chooses me. I'm not your father, Luke. I am not. Jamie, I am not your mother. But he took the fall. Because you dropped me, but he took the fall. And he still thought of me. God says sometimes there's a revolving door on your heart. It's not that you need to guard it now. It's a revolving door on your heart. So people walking in and walking out at their leisure. He said you need to put a stop. There's a stop. I see a stop. When the people close, when the place is closed, I don't know too much about this. I've never seen it. But God just said that you could put a stop on it. When the banks close or whatever, you can try to push it. There's a lot of revolving doors in Jersey, or in New York actually too. When you try to push on the revolving door, it will not open. There's a little bit of give. Right, the door a little bit of give. It'll click a little bit, but you will not be able to get in, even if it's a revolving door. Try every door, right? But God said about how you have locked and guarded the main doors of your heart, but the revolving doors, you need to put a stop on them. Because this way you can learn about how to boundary it at your leisure. Put up boundaries, right? Hallelujah. There's a couple of people I let into my heart anyway. And about right now, there's two. The rest of them get the fake smile. The fake smile. You know, they're the smile that you got to struggle with. That smile, right? As they beat him, as they scourged him, right? He thought of me. But check this out. I got two more people he thought about. These people kind of seeped into my mindset, right? But they never seeped into my heart. There were two people, or let's say there's one person, right? Yesterday, right after I talked to my pastor, right? I came home and I gave God I repented. I said, God, because you told me to operate in truth, you told me to operate in love. And the day before, I was so upset. On Friday, I was so upset about this diagnosis, right? And people not know what to do about me. And things keep happening over and over again. Syncope is a diagnosis of exclusion, right? Well, we don't know what to call it. We call it fibromyalgia, right? There's something going on in your body, but we are not smart enough to actually analyze it, right? So syncope, we have not analyzed it. But this one doctor came to me and he said, I hear right now, you got a heart murmur, you got a aortic regurgitation, and you have arrhythmia. He said, I hear it. So when he touched my chest with the stethoscope, he was like, that shouldn't hurt. I jumped, he was like, that shouldn't hurt. But it does. You're bothering, right, a heart that is in the hands of my pastor. Leave it alone. Kirk is right. Sometimes when we go through things, right, it shows, right, in our medical profile. Not all the time. You cannot get aortic regurgitation from a sad day. It's so sad. I'm so sad. You see, so sad. That doesn't happen. I think it's cool though. My heart is barfing. I love it. My heart is barfing blood because it's going the opposite direction. Most people flow down, I flow up. So I pass out. I got so hot in church yesterday, and I'm like, but then I found that hot cooler, right? But then they were singing, I was like, oh yeah, I got into it. And then David Lewis, I think he did Cornerstone. I was over the two hymns that he did at the end, right? The chasms. I was done. I was about to go in, and then my heart said, I'm done first. Boom! I had to sit there. My heart was finished. I was dizzy. I was ready to go in, but David Lewis chasmed me. It's David Lewis' fault. He chasmed me. You can't be saying them good songs, David Lewis. Woo! My God. I'm going to look to it again, watch it on worship today. I'm watch Pastor Tim Harvey, but I'm actually going to watch my pastor again because I want to dig deep and make contrast and comparison between what Pastor David talked about last week and a week before that and what Pastor Tim talked about this week, because they both touched on the parable of the seed, didn't they? Or you guys weren't there, right? People in my church, they both touched on the parable of the seed and the sower. And I said it when Pastor David did it. I said I did a blog on it, and God told me we are not just the seed, and we are not just the ground. And I love what Pastor David said. We could be a snapshot of each ground, right, at different times. I could be thorny, right, because I was a little thorny on Friday. I was telling my doctor I was a little thorny, right? Every time he talked to me, I said, I'm thorny, right? I'm sad, I'm thorny, right? So, get away from me, I'm thorny, right? I could be the vine that people connect to, because I'm connected to the vine, but you don't want to connect to me when I'm thorny, right? So I choke and sing, I'm gonna choke, you're living on, you'll touch my pastors, I'm gonna choke, I'm a little thorny, right? I'm choke, right? I will grab you. I'm still connected to the vine, but does that change the fact that I could be thorny? But then that's when I'm a seed, right? Before I get to sanctification and get clean. Come on, Pastor David, get me clean, right? I said it because he can't hear me, because my God, I would never say it to him like that. He scares me a little bit. So anyway, right? And then Pastor Tim came up there yesterday. I was like, yes, he's talking about the vine, right? But they didn't realize. I don't know, not too many people realize it. My church's already smart. So I'm the only one in there that's not that smart. So I got to write stuff down. The kids being there like, yes, Jamie, of course. Jonathan Fredrickson comes to me like, yes, Jamie, of course. I got it. I heard talk about the thorn and the seed, right? But and then talk about a dissertation of something that he did or something. He drew it. They're smarter than me. Samuel, yes, Chingy. Yes, Chingy. Got it. Samuel hurt my feelings. Shaming me. But then Tim Harvey talked about, right? Talked about the parable of mustard seed. And I wonder if people took the contrast of it, because Tim Harvey quoted his will as if they quoted Pastor David in most spots verbatim. There was like 6 different spots where what he said was a repetition of exactly what Pastor David said. And then Harmony, I'm going to come up there and then I will squeeze her nose off while me and Pastor David talking. And I'm trying to get Pastor David to give me some more homework and to not be so hard on me. When there comes Harmony, comes and says, but Jamie, it's about the process. I just went through a month-long process. A month and 3 days, right? And you want to come up here and talk about a process while I'm talking to this man? I know it's about the process, right? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. That's my thing. That's what I say, right? But that's Gina off American Next Top Model. I found the Bible and everything. But here you come. You want to be on top. Want to be on top? She was like, Jimmy, it's about the process. I was like, you better about Jimmy. I don't like processes. They take too long. Bible say wait on the Lord and be of good courage. It don't say wait on the process. It takes too long. That was a hard month. But that was a lesson that I will never, ever, if I could spend the next 3 hours for the next 4 days, right? And come back on y'all. Good morning, y'all. Never, ever, just keep saying it over and over again. What I learned about never, ever. Will I ever do that again, right? Never! I messed up so much. And I said it because I wanted him to say, no, you didn't. I should know he wasn't going to do that. He asked me, what do you want? Easy, do you want valuable? I also wanted to say, I want you to smile at me, right? And give me fist bumps like you do with everybody else. And then give me homework. And then give me candy when I get it right. And then give me heart bubbles or all the homework. Give me heart bubbles. Just because you wake up in the morning, give me heart bubbles. Give me heart bubbles. Give me heart bubbles, Pastor David. Give me heart bubbles. Now. But I didn't say that because I think he would have just thrown me over the chair. What are you doing? I didn't say stupid, easy, or valuable. I said easy or valuable. Whether you realize it or not, there is an easy way. And when he said what the easy way was, I said, my heart literally dropped. Basically, experienced the last month for the rest of my life around him. Experienced the last month. It was painful. I really thought I was going to die. I'm not exaggerating. I thought I was going to die. I wonder when Simon came into the door, did Jesus say, when he said, Simon, and called him to the back, right? Because Simon, Peter was following Jesus, but Simon was listening to the person that was asking him why their master did not pay taxes. One more time, they just arrived at Capernaum, Jesus walking into a house. I assume it was his house, but it may not be, right? But they're walking into a house, right? And you don't know what's behind that door. You're being invited into the door. Patient Peter, invitation, come in the door, criticism. Jamie said, you crazy, you lost your mind. Because the door, Jesus is the door. The door is inviting you into his door, right? To come into his house and sup with him. You don't know what's in the house behind that door. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. And Peter chose the door, right, when Simon was in everybody else's business. If you ask me a question, ain't none of my business, I'm not going to answer you. And I'm learning now. That would be Jamie all the time, but I'm learning now. If you ask me a question, it's always polite to not ignore people, to answer it. I'm going to answer. I learned to answer. To answer. I learned to answer. I always answer. I don't care if I turn around and look at you and say cheese and burgers. Answer. Say something. Say something. Say something. Don't say something. Say something. Answer. But what would your answer be? Peter took time to explain Jesus away. He defended Jesus. He defended not the cross, but he defended Jesus as the man, right? When Jesus, the Spirit, was leading. Peter Jesus told him to defend him. And I think Jesus wanted to see where Peter was. Because if you look at the picture, right, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right? But Peter was walking behind Jesus, who was 1 point, and Simon was turned around behind. I don't care if Jesus does change your name. The name that you were originally given sticks with you. The point is just not to let it control you, Jacob. I called you Israel. You stood Jacobing. I called you Prince. You choose pauper. I called you. I called you. Jamie, I called you. Grandma looks crazy. Jamie. I said my name like that. Jamie. I wonder what God called me to say my name like that. Jamie. I don't know if he yells like that. You know, like that deep belly yell like that. I don't think he does that because there's no purpose. But when he says my name, how does it sound? I think Peter is like me. He needed to hear Jesus say his name. Sometimes we do things because we want to hear them say our name. Sometimes I pretend like I don't know you there, pretend like so can you say Jamie? Why? Because nobody said that. They said, I hate you. The Lord's called me stupid. Sometimes I like ignoring you. Sometimes I want to hear you say my name. Jesus, I want to hear you say my name, right? I looked it up at one point. I said, why am I so bent on people saying my name? And then if I see my name written, it scares me to death. If I see write my name out, it scares me. It does something to me. It's scary, right? But I said, why is it so important for people to say my name? It's because I lacked a daddy. So saying your name, right, is what the Father does to validate you, right? Especially when you're a woman. They say that women actually need the Father to say their name. You need to hear your Father say your name over and over and over again. To validate you, right? To put a lock on your revolving door. Because if he does not do that and validate you, you will open all your doors and let everybody and everybody in. Any John will walk into your doors. I told Jess this morning, I felt as bad, right? I felt as bad as I did yesterday because after that happened with those people, I was worn out. Someone got a hold of both of my credit card numbers and tried to use it to buy $100 in products from Walmart. And I was already worn out from talking to my pastor. I was already focusing on what he was saying. And I know the enemy, he said it, the enemy wants to come in and distract you and make you forget what I said and make you misunderstand what I said. Either way, I was focused on what he was saying. Focus, and I was taking it in while I was taking it and praising God for it. I made Jesus my center. At that point, I said that Jesus is at the center of my joy, right? Because I had joy, right? But fixing my eyes on Jesus was off the finish of my faith because my pastor actually took the time to talk to me when he did not have to. He took the time to talk to me. I had joy. Jesus at the center of my heart. From beginning to the ending. It will always be you, Jesus. Jesus, nothing else matters. I can't sing, y'all, so please sing with me. Because when I sing a song, I'm singing it to Jesus, straight to Jesus. I'm not thinking about fixing things with my pastor and fixing things with the people at Walmart and fixing this, fixing that. I'm thinking about Jesus. Nothing else matters. Nothing in this world will do. Jesus, you're the center. I can't breathe, guys, so I'll feel too good, so I need you to sing it with me. Everything I have is found in you, right? Jesus, you. From my heart to the heavens, Jesus be the center. I told you guys I almost passed out twice yesterday. But I'm proud of myself. I told her I'm proud of myself because I sat down before. I felt the faint coming on. Then when Tim got up, it was still there. So I was moving back and forth. I felt the faint coming on. Yesterday I was like, I'm going to stay awake for the sermon. I'm going to stay awake for the worship. I'm going to stay awake. I'm stay awake. I'm stay up. Everything I have is found in you. Jesus. From my heart to the heavens, Jesus be the center. It's all about you. Yes, it's all about you. Yes. When I make it all about Jesus, then the ways that I react to, I started to think, honestly, my pastor said some things to me, and I started to think, oh, he doesn't want me. Oh, he doesn't like me. Oh, he hates me. When he kept reminding me, oh, he said it like 6 times, Jamie. I said, yes. He said, yes, that loves you and cares about you. It was like he was yelling it in my face in slow motion, so I would not forget. And the enemy almost came and snatched it. What type of ground am I then? When the enemy can come and snatch the word. There's a certain ground for it. I'm not the seed anymore because I'm not a baby Christian, but I'm ground, right? At that point, when I'm dealing with my emotions, I'm ground because I am in different spots. You are in your emotional man. You are in your mind. You are in your mind. Now you're in your emotions, right? You have not made it to your will. You have not made God about your will. Now say, I will, I worship, right? Nevertheless, in all these things, we are more than conquerors. And because of that, I choose you, for this is the will of God. I thank you, God. Like Jesus said, what did he say? Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. When you are in your grounds, right, even if it's good ground, when you are in the grounds, you don't have the ability to make a determination to serve God with all your will, right? You don't give God everything you got with your will and drop your emotions and serve God out of your will, right? With a saved soul out of your will until you become the sower. That's what the power of the mustard seed does for us. We become the sower. Jesus at the center of your church, right? From beginning to, I sang every note flat, y'all, but I can't do it. The ending, it'll always be you, Jesus.